Hola amigos y amigas, I am Layla, also known as Miss Bohemia, and welcome to my wheel journey part 6 featuring the Moxi Cosmo Glow wheel. And here they are, and this is all they do. Hold on, let me turn off the lights. Look, check it out. Aren't they bomb? So this is the wheel that I'm going to be reviewing today. I just checked out the footage and how that looks in the dark. That looks so cool. But what I tell you in every video is that I own 3 pairs of lollies, and they come with the Moxi gummy wheels, which are 78A durometer 65mm wheels. And I embarked on a wheel journey trying to find wheels that are better suited for roller dancing, which is mainly what I do. And what is better suited for roller dancing are smaller, harder wheels. I do like my soft durometers for outdoor skating. I have gotten used to smaller wheels than the 65mm wheels. I feel like my comfort zone as far as small wheels go is in the 57mm range, and that's, I think, your average small wheel. But then I tried luminous wheels, and every wheel that I mention is pretty much going to be featured in my skate playlist, which you can view here. And I wasn't too crazy about the luminous wheels. I mean, light up wheels are going to have like a more sluggish roll than regular wheels because they have what's called a spacer. You have bearings on one side and bearings on the other side. And in regular wheels, that's it. And so the space that gives you to put the axle nut in place to secure the wheel with regular wheels is plenty for the axle nut to not go over the thread. What happens with the luminous wheels specifically, because I tried those and then these, is that the spacer makes it so wide that when you're putting the axle nut on your trucks in a regular manner, it extends past the thread. It doesn't lock the wheel in securely. It's very loose here, it's very loose here. And if I had skated with them like that, the nut would have flown off, the wheels would have flown off. So the trick with luminous wheels is to turn the axle nut around. This very top tip portion of the axle nut is narrower, and normally it faces out, but with the luminous wheels you have to face it in to enable the locking mechanism. So even if the nut comes up above the thread, it's okay because the narrow part is going to be on the inside, enabling that locking mechanism, keeping the wheel secure. But I still didn't really like the roll of the luminous wheels and the feel of the luminous wheels. And so from what I can tell, and full disclosure, I have yet to try these outside. I am trying to attend an outdoor event in Oakland, but because I live in San Francisco, I have to factor in traffic, my schedule, so it's not very easy for me to make it out there. And then locally, I mean, I have no excuse for not going out to try them outside. So I can't really yet speak as to the shape and the feel of them for dancing because of this. These wheels are 80A durometer and 62mm in size. So they're a tad bit higher than the Moxi wheels in durometer and a tad bit smaller than the Moxi gummy wheels in durometer, because those are 78A, these are 80A, and those are 65mm, these are 62mm. So they're not super different. But I'm curious to see how is the shape conducive to roller dancing. I have a feeling it'll be fine, but when I've tried them in the house, it just feels weird and clunky and off because they're sticky for indoors. They're gonna be perfect for outdoors. I like my wheels sticky for outdoors. I do well. They don't get in the way of my roller dancing, so then it'll be a matter of roll and shape. And the roll already feels like it rolls better than the luminous wheels. I love the lights. The lights are so cool, so I want to see them in action. And this is kudos to Moxi because these wheels have a spacer in them, and you don't have to do the trick that you do with the luminous wheels with the axle nut. The axle nut going in the regular way fits them just fine. I'll just have to put them to the test. They come in 3 different colors, like a purple and a green one too, and those I think light up in like a white light. And these are the only ones that light up in like that rainbow colored light that you saw in the dark. I ordered them in the white mainly because they match my skates better, and then I also really like the light up factor. I think is really cool. I cannot wait to try these outside, and once I do, I will let you know how I like it. Let me know if you've tried these, what you think. I haven't seen many reviews out there on the wheels, so, and the verdict is, this is weeks after having taped that original video for the Moxi Cosmo Glow wheels. These ones. I am super bummed because I actually finally made it outside. I deleted the footage that I had filmed at the park. I had filmed a whole bunch at the park. I was showing you how I dance in them and how I just couldn't with these wheels. Like dances that are second nature for me and that I do so easily and smoothly with other wheels, I could not do with these wheels. And I accidentally deleted the whole thing. So I actually made it outside because I've been planning to go to Oakland to the Fermary Park to skate with the Panther Skate Plaza people, group skaters. And I never did, because the time that they do Panthers Gate Plaza, Defremery Park in Oakland, is crazy trafficy. Like a drive that normally would take 20 minutes takes over an hour from San Francisco, and I just don't have it in me to go because of the traffic. But I want to go and hang out with everyone. So that's where I was planning to use them, because it's an evening event, and that's where the light up element of these wheels would come into play, because that's honestly the only point to these wheels. They're nothing spectacular when it comes to anything else, in all honesty. So the whole thing is, for light up wheels, how good are they? So since filming that original portion of the video, I have really delved into my wheel journey. I know what works for me. I'm no longer a novice, as big a novice at trying wheels as I was when I've taped all these previous videos. So I have a much clearer idea of what it is that I want in my wheels. I tested these out the other day at a park near my house. It was daytime, I didn't get to see the nighttime function, but that already appears in the video. We know they work well and that they light up well and that they're really cool with how they light up. But I will be honest, I don't care for the roll. I don't really remember right now what the roll of the luminous wheels was. I guess in the video I was editing and I see that I said that the roll with these wheels is better, so I'll take my word for it. I don't know, I can't remember. The durometer's fine. The durometer works well for outdoors. I've gotten used to a harder durometer. I've been using the Sure Grip Fame wheels, which I will be reviewing in an upcoming video. I have gotten used to the Sure Grip Fame wheels. They're 57mm or 57mm 95A durometer, something like that. In the basketball court that I tested these wheels out on, I really like the 95A durometer. These didn't bother me. They've performed fine with their, what is it, 80A, 82A, something like that. Whatever durometer they have in the low 80s worked fine, and I'm fine with having a soft durometer outdoors. I enjoy it. What I didn't like, I don't like the roll. It's not worth it for me to have a light up wheel if I'm not getting a proper roll. I need that proper roll. I mainly dance. I think if you're just gonna be doing ring type skating, trying to go fast, I mean, it's not the best roll, but it doesn't hinder you from having fun with ring type skating. It was a hindrance to me because I roller dance, and so the wheels just feel very clunky. There's a lot of moves that I do very easily with my Sure Grip Fame wheels and with my Radar Crush wheels, because those are smaller and they have edges that are conducive to roller dance. I don't feel that these wheels have that. At the same time, I think if I gave it, I don't know, a good half hour to an hour, I could acclimate to the wheels. So in that sense, I could make them work. In all honesty, I could have made the luminous wheels work, both of them, the pearl whites, the harder durometer ones, and then the cotton candy ones, and all of those you can watch in my playlist. I just don't want to. I want to connect with my wheel. I want the wheel to be multi-purpose. In my journey and for my needs, I feel that light up wheels are a waste. It's cool that they light up, but what's the point of spending so much money on a wheel that doesn't roll well? And the issue that I was having with these, I don't think I had that issue with the luminous wheels, is that the spacer gets stuck on, what is it? What are these called? The axles? I think so. The spacer gets stuck on the axles to the point that it's so tightly stuck, I can't budge it, and I have to use a screwdriver to move the spacer, and then everything else, the bearings of the wheel, come off fine. So that's gonna even slow the roll down more. So by the time I finally made it out to try these wheels, I had to take them on and off a number of times because I was playing with other wheels that I like more, reserving these to try them outside. So every time I reinstalled these, it would be a pain to put them back on, because it would be like, let's say this wheel, I would try here, spacer would get stuck, I couldn't get a roll, like I could barely get a roll, and it's like, what the hell? I would make sure that the spacer's clean, that my axles are clean, everything would be clean. So I don't know why I was getting stuck. It doesn't need lubrication, so no clue. So I would try it in different axles and then finally find something that was a little better, but that happened with a number of wheels. So it's really stressful for me to have to go through that process, and then I don't really trust the roll, and I want to feel connected to the wheels I'm using, and I want to feel like I can trust the integrity of the wheel when it comes to the roll. And then the shape of this is not conducive to my needs, which is mainly roller dancing. I think if you're not doing roller dancing, these wheels are fine and they're fun. I would not recommend investing, how much do they cost? $80 just for the sake of fun. Like, I need to have more of a function to the wheel that suits my needs, and this doesn't. It came in cute packaging. Moxi always does their packaging and their marketing really well. I think they just cater more to a park skating, street skating crowd rather than a roller dancing crowd. So the finesse and the fine tuning elements that a wheel needs to have for proper roller dancing are not present in this wheel. Plus it's 62 millimeters, and for roller dancing I tend to like 57 millimeter, and even smaller I like the Radar Crush one, which comes in at 48 millimeter. I could have still made it work, but there's something about the wheel, I don't know, like I don't think I'm super well versed in wheels to be able to specifically say what, but my guess is that it's the edges. It's more of a chunky, clunky wheel. So if you're not a roller dancer, I think you can have fun with them. If you're a roller dancer, I don't recommend them. If someone could actually come up with a proper light up wheel where you don't have to stress out about that spacer, and you know, it's not just the slower roll, it's it getting stuck. You know, like, can we not make something that has a spacer that doesn't slow down the roll? If it slows down the roll, I'm just not interested. Also, I don't want to turn my axle nuts around. Also, give the wheels a proper shape so we can dance on them, because you can still rink skate and do everything else. I mean, I'm not thinking park skating, but who's gonna wear these and go park skating at night? I haven't found a perfect light up wheel. I mean, there might be some where people like the durometer and they like the shape of the wheel, because I think the harder durometer luminous wheel was fine when it came to that for dancing, but the roll is slower and I'm not into it. So I'm just at a place where I'd rather have function or the look of the wheel, whereas I started the journey wanting it all, and that's like, you know what, if I have to sacrifice something, I'll just sacrifice the look or the novelty things that the wheels are supposed to do, like light up. I don't care about it. Like, I kept these on the skates because I haven't had a chance to take them off. Try it for yourself if you want to, but I am not crazy about them for roller dancing, and that's mainly what I do. That's all I do, really. If you've tried them, I'm really curious to know, because last I checked, I didn't really see too many reviews on these wheels. So editor me is hopping out of this video so I can finish it off and post it. Thank you for bearing with me. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for more. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.